with no retreat. Failures never taste the sweet. Science lessons learned in flight. Journey on through endless night. For the stars, we aim so high. The projected kiss goodbye. For science and purple light, we'll keep flying through the light.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Rocket launch with hope so grand. EJ's got the master plan. Thrusters burn to reach the moon. In his eye you see the tune. Orbit dreams won't be delayed. Lessons learned from missions made. Kerbal Kai will forge a path to the stars beyond this path. For the stars, we aim so high. The projected kiss goodbye. For science and purple light, we'll keep flying through the light. Rocket launch with hope so grand. EJ's got the master plan. Thrusters burn to reach the moon. In his eye you see the tune. Keep flying through the light.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Okay. Hello. Welcome to the Space and Rocket Review. Space and Rocket Review. You two girls. Tell your friends. You in the hat. Space and Rocket Review. How's everybody doing? Everybody doing well? I am nice and color corrected, EJ, today. Yeah, look, see, we changed the lighting. Changed the lighting around so I don't look orange for good reason. Or, you know, could be good. Who knows? Orange rocket good, right? Like, anyway. Oh, the mirror. Oh, yeah, we got to do. There we go. All right, cool. Probably should move that. There we go. So if you're wondering why I'm here, how I can stream for long hours a day, that's totally not a doorway into another room with an identical twin. I swear that's not what's going on. Innovative two-sided EJ. Have I been at the launch pad? Yeah, dude. I was four-dimensional chess EJ. Wait, what? Not a twin, a synth. No, that's not what's going on. Where are the photos? Well. Like, is that good enough, or? Yeah. You can't, I mean, How about the night shot? Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good. Totally can't see the TV screen up there, right? That was taken way last night. Like that was late last night. We were I helped us and a couple of other NSF folks put in a new camera at one of their Starbase Live sites. We also have such bangers as this. Pretty good. How was the drive? I didn't drive. Um, have I been hanging out with Jack? I have. Yeah. Yeah. hmm We got the danger van in there. Is this a well rested EJ? EJ did get a lot of sleep last night. I was about to not get a lot of sleep last night because of New Glenn, but thank God they scrubbed. Yeah, I've been bouncing around all over the place. Here, check this out, dudes. Look, I got the trailer. I got the commodities trailer with Enterprise on it. The one we always see. We got the commodities trailer with the shuttle on it, baby. Yeah. That was fueling. Dude, they are fueling like crazy out on that pad right now. Like constant stream. Like one truck leaves the filling station, another one pulls right in. It's constant. It looks like workers. It looks like workers just. It's crazy. EJ moved to Boca incoming. Just kidding. I might be needed for other things down here, so I might be traveling down here more. Das and I have been talking about stuff. About stuff. Nothing like concrete right now. The only concrete that's there's the stuff that's all over the beach because there's concrete chunks everywhere. But stuff. Projects are fun. Yep. What else? What else have I been doing? Like I said, just a lot of helping NSF out with stuff. Yeah, it's just a lot. You know, like working on doing stuff with the NSF truck, making sure that that's all fine and dandy. Any remote streams incoming?
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Yes. Yeah, we'll do some. Okay, let me put it this way. We're gonna try to do some stuff today because we have. Did you get Jack's heater working? I actually haven't had time to touch that dang thing. That Land Rover is in tough shape. I mean, it's mechanically okay, but it's. Let's just say, and I don't think this is necessarily Jack or anybody else's fault because the NSF truck is the NSF truck is pretty, dude. The Boca Chica Beach Highway 4, it's not kind to vehicles.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
It is not kind to vehicles at all. Like you here, hold up. Let me move that so the sub alert goes in front. Hey Nader. 12-month resub. Poison had a 45, and then Lance Omni in there as well with a 55. Buck had a 118. I was going to say 36 consecutive. There you go. Cool. So, dude, but this whole... So, Highway 4 is rough. We're talking Michigan Road rough. If you're from there, we're talking like 75 rough. If you're from Michigan, or if you're from my neck of the woods, like 495 rough, or if you're from DC, 495 rough. It's not friendly to vehicles. You really got to take care of them down here. Yeah, send you a few Space News links for today if you want to do a quick Space News. Well, that's what I was thinking. We'll do Space News before Transporter 12. Yeah. Pothole rough, Indiana rough. It's bad. Maybe I'll get to show you guys that today. But yeah. So Jack's Land Rover, I would say, like RC, believe it or not, and it's gonna, as much as I want to give Jack crap for, like, oh God, you take care of the thing, like, It's in pretty good
Discovery,
condition.
go at throttle up.
It's in pretty good condition for like considering that thing drives down. Jack drives down Highway 4 every day, right? It's in pretty good condition. Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, the Highway 4 is rough on vehicles. And then if you're, like the NSF truck and Jack's driving out into the dunes, right, to get the shots that he gets, right? Like it's in pretty good condition for considering. I mean, like this thing is not nice to vehicles. You like, and if you don't if you don't stay up on it, like it cakes sand. It cakes sand inside of the wheel wells of the truck. It cakes sand everywhere, and this isn't just like coarse, rough sand. Like this is sand that's inundated with salt water, and yeah, it's rough. Like I kind of knew, but I didn't really get that, right? So, yeah, that's kind of what I've been up to. I've been working on the cleaning the NSF truck and stuff, but we've also been doing setup. There's been a lot of setup stuff, a lot of staging things, a lot of setup stuff. Like salted roads, dude, it is. Yeah. Anybody that lives near the ocean knows what I'm talking about. Like it is. This is a pretty brutal environment. It's pretty brutal. Yeah. You're basically driving up and down a salted road every single day. Yeah, you need proper vehicles for that type of road. You need 4x4. I would not drive past the launch sites into like Boca Chica Beach. I would not do that if you don't have 4-wheel drive. That's a really bad idea. But anyway, here, check this out. I can show you guys this. That's what the weather looks like today in South Padre Island. I can't even see Starship, and it's not that far away. We got some real SN11 weather, if you catch my drift. Does he really sleep on that bed behind him? Yeah. So? Yeah, EXO, that's right. I came down here to Texas and I expected some nice weather. If I wanted this weather, I would go home. So you're saying don't drive your vet on the beach? Yeah, you're gonna have some. You're gonna have a tough time.
Discovery,
You're
go at throttle
gonna
up.
have a tough time. I'm in a hotel room, guys. I don't understand like. What do you mean? Do you sleep on this bed? Yeah, of course I sleep on this bed. I make my bed every day. I don't give a crap if it's the hotel room. It's part of my morning routine. I've been doing it for over a year, actually. Make my bed every day. Doesn't matter where I am. Does a Chevette count as a vet? Oh, yeah.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
It is nice. The weather beats 115. Yeah, for sure. EJ sleeps. Recharge the batteries. That's what that charging cable and stuff is for. They have people at the hotel who are paid to make the bed. Yeah, you're very perceptive. Do you really want somebody in here with all the? I don't think you want somebody in here with all the equipment that we have in here. This part is the only part that still looks like a hotel room right now. Now, don't get me wrong. We're not putting M80s in the toilets, but we have reconfigured the hotel room. This is the hotel room that we have here is it's a big hotel room. It's like a couple. Well, it's a couple of adjoining rooms, right? This is where NSF is going to do its main cast, right? So that's why I have such a nice connection. And Das did this on purpose. He set me up here so we can stream because we have gigabit. This is a gigabit connection here, so we're not on the hotel Wi-Fi. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. Roundabout. That's what I started doing it as. I started doing it as like, oh, I'm just gonna pick a random thing and get it done. Now it's just part of my routine. I do it without even thinking about it. And considering I don't really stream where I sleep, but in this particular case, I don't really have a choice. This hotel room is. I mean, this is not. It's not as big as you might think. Is this the same building where NSF has the roof access? That's correct. We're at the Margaritaville Hotel. Yes. Yeah, JW, this is no, like all the setup work is unbelievable. I have a lot of respect for the guys that are down here. Like, okay, maybe I was about to say like Jack. No, anybody that's down here, like all the dudes at NSF, like on the back end, that were like maintaining the cameras, working on the electrical, like the stuff you don't see. Like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, it's a lot of work. There's a lot of stuff to maintain to keep Starbase Live going. Like they are not like you know how Jack says that, like, no, thank you to all the people. We couldn't do this without you. Like he says that. Oh geez, oh God. That's my Jack impression. He just sounds like Morty for some reason. No, that's not bull crap. There's a lot of infrastructure to keep all these cameras live streaming all the time, 24/7. Like there's no power grid out there where these Starbase Live cameras are. There's no power grid. There's no power grid. They're running off battery and solar. Right? Like it is it's no joke. It's no joke, dude. It's a lot of infrastructure to maintain because you know NSF is making its own. They're making power for all these cameras, right? How much data bandwidth do you think NSF goes through in a month? Yeah, a lot, a lot, a lot. Yeah, a lot. Like to even get the signal out of there because it's not, you know, once again, you don't have power and they definitely don't have data, right? Like, and I know people can say, "Oh, just use Starlink." Oh, believe me, they are. So, yeah. Should I send the links here? Is Discord still okay? I can get Discord from my computer here. Do they downlink with Starlink? Oh, it's a bunch of stuff, Driados. I'd have to show you. Like it, dude. It is. It's pretty cool, man. Yeah, it's a combination of everything. It's like the live views on steroids. Man, I wonder where EJ is right now. Does that answer that question, or is that sufficient enough to answer that question? When you first saw Starbase, were you blinded? But blinded? Odd? Yeah, I was blinded because of the fog. That's right. It goes in the square hole. To be honest, that looks like Florida. No, I'm in Parrot. See that? I'm in Parrot. That's where I am. No, not that one. That one. Yes, yes. Hello, I am Parrot. All right, cool. I was seeing to see if we could see the freaking mirror. Hello, 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 mirror. All right. Anyway, no, Parrot, not Paris. Jeez. So what's happening? New Glen is standing down. 7 is launching tomorrow, and Vandenberg tonight. Yes. So I am going to be here. We're going to be here for Transporter, which is going quite soon, actually. How far are we out from Transporter? Understand you're looking for a transporter. Yeah, we should have coverage coming up here. Onward and up, but I hope you have a fantastic trip. Thanks, man. Yeah, so we have about 90 minutes. We'll pick up the coverage probably whenever they do, whenever SpaceX starts. It's gonna be a second, but yeah. I'm behind on space news. Starship 7 is tomorrow. Yes. So this is shaping up to be a nutty week here. Look. Or nutty couple of days, I should say. So we're right here. That's in 90 minutes. Transporter 12. After Transporter 12, I have to go I have to go. I have to go. Well, if you really want to know, we have to go test remote streaming for stuff. So me and Gene from NSF, Gene Rally, he does he does some hosting. I commentated on a Starlink mission with him the other day. We are going to test some remote live streaming for reasons. And then I will be back. I'll be back for this, where I'm staying up. I want to watch Blue Ghost Hokuto R, not out of any obligation to like, oh, I gotta be here. I want to see Falcon 9 launch stuff to the moon. Yeah, that's a big one. So yeah, we're gonna do like a little impromptu space news here, and then I'm gonna cover Transporter 12 here, and then I gotta go do stuff for NSF, and then I'm coming back later tonight to do the Hokuto R Blue Ghost 1 launch, and then I gotta get some sleep because Starbase Stakeout stream. Just like before, Starbase Stakeout. Because so I'm doing the Starbase Stakeout in the going up to Flight 7, and then to an extent we're going to be on.
Oh, this is space.
Oh, RC gifted 10. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. And then to an extent we are going to. Hold on one second. Yep. Okay. Cool. We haven't gotten the whole plan for the main NSF Starship stream figured out yet, but so okay, here's how it's gonna work. I'm either gonna do the Stakeout stream and then do the NSF stream with Das and Gene, like the main Starship stream, or I'm gonna do the Stakeout stream and we do what we did for Flight 6, where I do the Stakeout stream for NSF and then I come in here and we watch it here. Right? I don't think Das wants to let me do that because he's like, if you do not come up to the roof with me, I'm kicking you. And I'm like, okay. So either way, I'm going to find a way to restream the stream to Twitch. So here, yeah, you're going to have all Starship stuff here tomorrow as well. Now, the day after we go into Blue Ring if Starship goes, and we do the new Glenn coverage. So I got a lot of sleep last night for good reason. I am not getting a lot of sleep over the next couple of days. That's not happening. That's right. I would come to the U.S. just to kick you. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Hiz, what's going on? Brimo, good morning. Flame Trench possibly if you're staying that long. Yeah, you do look fresh. I adjusted the lighting in here, and I did a little bit of color correction because before I was pressed for time, and I looked like I had liver disease, which I don't, right? So I did some color correction, so hopefully it's looking a little bit more natural in here today. It's streaming live today. So yeah, guys, the next 48 hours are going to be insane. I don't know what day it is, to be honest with you. I'm strictly operating off of like when the next rocket launch is and what I need to do. You heard a knock on the door. That was me knocking on wood after the whole liver. Whatever. How's Starbase? Tell Jack his car sucks. Ask Masters too if you see him. I'm trying to see if we can meet up with S, but I've been busy, and the big thing is I don't have a car. This is why I wanted to drive down here so I could just go where I want to, but I can't. I do not have a vehicle, so yeah. It's Tuesday. Yeah, I lost track of time completely. All right, now go to bed and have a nap. I just got up. We could have gotten you a rental. Yeah. Yeah, we could have, but we didn't. So I don't know what that I don't know how that helps right now. Anyway, um, have you ever played Manor Lords? Yes, I have. I broke Manor Lords. I took over the entire map and put the early access game into a position where it gave me an army that I couldn't beat because I broke the game because I made my city so damn big. Is this your room? This is a hotel room where we are watching. We're gonna watch Starship launch from. Here, take a look. Ready? You want to see what the view is out the balcony? Oh yeah, baby. Guessing no YouTube stream tomorrow. Resident, so out there in the fog somewhere is a starship. Somewhere. Um yeah, no, you're going to the roof. Yep. Classic EJ domination strategy games. I broke the game, Liz. When I was playing Manor Lords, we broke that so hard it because it didn't understand that I took over the entire map. Like I think there was one territory left. And I took over the entire map, and it gave me it tried to scale my army to like the size of my city, and it was funny. It was really funny. I broke that game pretty hard. Get a rental now, and most will deliver to your location. Yes, let's just go changing the plans that we already made. Again, no, that's not what we should do. No, I'm good. I'm not going to rent a vehicle so I can make time to like do meetups when I'm already going there just a little bit later. Like no, guys, there's a lot of coordination, a lot of stuff going on. So like getting plans figured out and stuff is tough. So I'm not changing anything with that because the second you do that is the second everything else basically goes out of whack. There's a lot of NSF people down here. There's a lot of coordination, a lot of stuff that needs to get done, a lot of people coming in from the airport, coming out from the airport, et cetera, et cetera. If the time that ship sailed for wanting a rental car, let me put it that way. So like Dots is expecting us to be there. We got to go meet up with him to help him out with something after the transporter mission. It's a lot of work. Fun work. Nonetheless, this is super cool. It's really neat being down here. Really neat being down here and seeing all the backside of stuff. Yo, how's Boca? Hey, Adrian, take a look. No, that's not Starbase Live. That's just right. Obviously not SBL. That's just one of my cameras that I hooked up, looking out the window. It's SN11 weather. Very foggy. Nice, good old SPI. Yep. Mm-hmm. When will the launch be? So the launch is tomorrow. Flight 7 is scheduled to go off tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, this is space. I'm in space.
Oh, Brandon, give this up to Adrian. There you go. Yeah, dude. It's Adrian, it's chaos down here. Like there's a lot of stuff to do. I gained a lot of respect for the guys that do the back end of Starbase Live, like the hardware back end and stuff, like what Dan does. And oh my goodness, that's a lot of work. It's a lot. It's a lot of maintenance, a lot of work to keep the infrastructure running for Starbase Live. Like I am not appalled, but I knew it was a lot of work, but seeing it firsthand, it's like, oh my goodness. To keep all this stuff going and make sure the whole thing doesn't just descend into chaos is ridiculous. I can tell you the other side is also like this. We have to do Starship Glenn Hakuto commentary tomorrow, firing on all cylinders, it seems like. Dude, that's what I was just talking about with these guys. Look at this. What? This is the gauntlet, dude. Right there to right there to right there. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So like we're gonna cover this, right? And then I want to come back for this, dude. Adrian, I forgot to say that I was available for this because, and then we have to do stakeout and then the main stream, and we have to get everything set up by then. Oh my goodness, today's gonna be nuts. Today's going to be insane. And then there's that right after. Oh, dude, this is crazy. It's fun, but that's crazy.
Discovery, go
Oh
and
my
throttle up.
goodness. Dude, I ain't complaining. Like, and I made sure that I got a lot of sleep last night, and so did Jack, for what it's worth. Like, what are you using for internet? Good internet. We're not using the hotel Wi-Fi. Let me put it to you like that. Jay and I calculated if you were involved in all three coverages, it's a 32-hour stint. Yep. The weather is bad for the flight. Right now, Angleman, yeah, it's caca. That's the weather outside. It's not great. Not great. Not great, Bob. Are we doing any of those streams from the launch sites or something? I don't know how I would stream Transporter 5 and Hakuto R, which are at Vandenberg and Kennedy Space Center from South Padre Island in Texas. But yeah, probably not. Probably not. Let's go with probably not. I just don't know why you're in a hotel room. Oh, well, let me put it to you like this. Basically, you see where the fog, like you can see out there, you can see the channel for Brownsville. If it wasn't foggy, Locatena, you would understand why I'm here. Starship is right beyond that fog. Yeah, I'm about as close to, let me think about this for a second. I'm about as close to the launch site as probably, like the only thing that's closer is River. Here, let me show you. So I'm on South Padre Island right now, right? Let me go up here and show you exactly what I mean. All right, so we are way down here at the very southern tip of Texas, right? So there's the pad. Starship is on that pad. All right. Booster 14 and Ship 33 are right there. Okay. We go over here. There's the build site. That's obviously the closest. And then you got places over here where, you know, the press and everybody watches down here. I'm right there. We're up here. Here. Looking this way. Looking right, like right at the launch site. You can see it clear. Well, I was about to say clear as day, but also, you know, we are not far away. Like here, let me show you. That's it. We're very close. Dude, I know what people are going to say. 5 miles? That's a little ways away. That's a long way away. About 10 kilometers. That is not a long way away for a rocket of this scale. That's not far for something this big. If it was a clear day, Locatana, we could see it. I mean, dude, when we do the Starbase stakeout and, well, not the Starbase stakeout, when we do the mainstream, the NSF mainstream, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's not far. Okay. Yeah. So, you know, why aren't you doing it from the launch site? You'd be hard pressed to get a better view. The only place you'd get a better view than this is Mexico, and I'm not going there. Yeah. What's the size of the security restricted zone for the launch? It's they have road closures and stuff. SBI is basically as close as you can get if you're not at Rocket Ranch or at the river site, and these are not elevated. Yeah, dude, I can see because we're high up. Like the camera doesn't do it justice, and obviously it's foggy out, right? It's foggy out, and the camera doesn't do it justice. But I can see the tank farm. Not, I mean, they don't have the vertical tanks anymore, but they have all the horizontals. I can see them. You could, if you have 20, like, I mean, I don't wear glasses, right? I can see the tank farm from here because we're elevated enough to be able to see it. ¿Por qué no México? No tengo mi passport. I don't have my passport with me, dude. That's why. That's why I'm not doing that. If I go over there, like, probably not getting back. I don't think a state ID is going to get you very far at the border. You know. So I can see the tank farm. I can see the filling station from here. You can see the trucks moving in, coming in and out, because we're high up in the air. So guessing the NSF Cape photographers aren't coming over to Texas. It really, yeah, no, probably not because New Glenn is after. No, I would not. I would no. I mean, CBP is everywhere. Shaw, the Customs and Border Patrol is all over the place, dude. Is the launch today? No, Basil. We have a Falcon 9 Transporter 12 happening soon. So I'm here for that, and we're kind of talking about what's going on, et cetera, et cetera. I like what you did with the garage, Martha Stewart catalog. Hope the trip down was smooth. Yeah, it was all right. I ended up having a 6-hour layover because my flight got delayed into Brownsville, but yeah, Kelly, we're not. I mean, even then, I don't have any we don't have any infrastructure down there. Like the point is that this is the closest place without going through a lot of border paperwork and stuff. Trust me, this is not a bad place to watch this from. Yeah, it's gonna be sick, dude. Think they would launch Starship in this weather? No. I mean, maybe. Who knows? Like, does your window open up or no? Yes and no. That camera is attached to a sliding door. So it does open up. There's a balcony out there. But I can't open it up right now because if I did, the camera would get stuck. And I know what people are saying, oh, EJ just moved the camera. Oh, yeah, just moved the camera. That was the only position I could really get without having the lights from here glare off the camera. So, yeah, that gives you guys a clear shot because the camera's obviously inside, and that's looking through a pane of glass. I'd like to think that I have it dialed in pretty good. That camera's inside of the hotel room. It's not outside. Yeah. And because it's kind of darker out, and I have all the lights in here because the hotel room is super dark without this. Fortunately, we have white, and we have a very light palette in here. The Martha Stewart collection. Now, it's easier to light in here, but I need all the lights on, or else I would look dead in here. Could you hear it from here? Just gonna have to find out.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Absolutely. Hey, Noobly, 70 months. Thank you. Could we hear it? Dude, it's going to rumble the entire building. You like this decoration for our bedroom? Remo, okay. Are you meeting someone in a hotel? Don't let it go to waste. No, I'm not. I don't know what you're talking about. I wouldn't do that. There's one woman in my life, and she's in chat already. Anyway, watch people die inside. Do you have a safety protocol if your window breaks? No. Well, technically, you were meeting Das in the hotel, probably. Not in this room, Adrian. Don't encourage them. Why would you why would you do this to me? Why would you do that? What the heck, man? Anyway, yeah. Uh so space and rocket review, am I right? Oh, jeez. Yeah, I'm having fun down here, though. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Where do you plan to watch from? I don't know. I don't want to reveal the secret sauce, dude. I don't want to reveal the secret sauce, right? I don't want to do that. Tractical nuke. Hello. Nice name. Have you been down to the beach? Yeah, I was helping NSF install new cameras yesterday, Magellan. I've been all up and down the beach. Are there any good food places here? Yes. Yes. Or bars. I am at a hotel called Margaritaville. You tell me if you think there's a good bar here. Yeah, no, Nader, I agree. I agree with you. Did you accidentally step in black goo? What? What? Uh, I feel like you guys are going to ask me if there's like payphones around or something with this tier of questions. Hey, EJ, are there payphones there? Yeah. No. What? Why? What? Is the glass safe? Yeah. Yes, it is. Why wouldn't it be? We're in an area that's hurricane prone. Of course it's safe. Do you have sunglasses? I'm going to turn the stream off. This feels like the average conversation to have with your parents after leaving for a school trip. Yeah. Do you know where the local library is? Yeah, it's at the library store.
Discovery,
Carlo.
go and throttle up.
Carlo, thank you. Thank you for giving me an out with all these animals in here. The numbers, EJ, what do they mean? I don't know. I don't know. I can't remember. Do you know where the exact elevation of the tank 1 of Starship is? Okay, that's enough. Can I take Titan outside? He won't shush. I'll wait until someone has, pertinent question about space. Oh, here's one. What is the airspeed of an unladen swallow? African or European? Will you get to lick Starship prior to launch? Okay, that's enough. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thought I left, didn't you? No, you didn't. All right, cool. Anyway, Have I been up to Starship? Yeah. Yes, I have. How many sats are on the transporter? 130.
This is space. I'm in space.
Yita gets gifted a sub. All right, I still haven't gotten this all like dialed in. Gifted a sub to Puppy Titan. Oh, thank you. Ah, there you go. My dog is sub to my Twitch stream. That's good. Okay. Did you do any filming so far? Any photos? Any photos or interviews? I've taken a bunch of photos, Rib. I'm just looking forward to the launch tomorrow. Yeah, it should be good, man. It should be great. Yeah, good stuff. How many dummy sats are on Starship? Oh, 10, I think. I think it's got 10. In all seriousness, how close have you been able to get to the stack? You can get pretty dang close to it before a security guard drives, or well, it's not a security guard, it's the sheriff. Before the sheriff drives over and gets very angry at you. I saw him get very angry at a couple of people the other day or yesterday. It was pretty funny. Nader, there are signs there are signs all around Starship, like probably about maybe 100 yards away from like the perimeter of the OLM and the pad and everything. There are signs that say, don't go past this sign. This is private property. Do not pass this. And I actually physically watched someone yesterday just walk right past the signs, go up to like the concrete deck where the OLM is, and like start taking pictures. I watched it happen. Like, just walk right past it, go up.
This is space. I'm in space.
And then the sheriff came over, honking the buzzer. What are you doing? Get out of here! Like, what are you doing? Like, the sheriff was not happy. All right, he was not happy. I couldn't hear the whole conversation because I was a little ways away. I watched it happen. I could not believe it. There are signs everywhere. There's like a perimeter. It's almost like a perimeter fence without the fence, and there are signs like maybe every like 40 feet that say private property, private property, private property. It's like a perimeter around like 100 yards away from the OLM. Like, you can get pretty close, dude. But I watched someone walk past it, and then, dude, I saw somebody start trying to fly a drone around next to Starship yesterday. Like, yeah, oh yeah, dude. Yeah, somebody. And the sheriff got very displeased. Very displeased with that. Yeah. Yep. Like, I couldn't believe it. Oh yeah. Yeah, I thought the sheriff was vocal at the people that crossed the perimeter. He was very vocal with the drone guy. Oh yeah, dude, I was watching it because we were out doing tests with equipment and helping around with NSF stuff, and I was just noticing, like, okay. No, was it Russian? No, it was. I don't know who it was, but yeah, dude, I was like you can get pretty dang close to this thing, right? You can get pretty close, but they I can't believe that. Yeah, Cyborg. Yeah, exactly. You were there, dude. I'm like, what are you doing? What are these people doing? Like, yeah, Cyborg backed me up. He was there. We saw the whole thing. We were just sitting there going, what are you doing? It was pretty funny, dude. Just a quick thing. Did you see the news? We got a new coach. I did, Size Up. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Isn't there a no-fly zone around Starbase? Yes. Yes, there is. Two things, Drummer. There's a no-fly zone around Starbase. Second thing is, it's private property in Texas. Do with that information what you may, okay? It's private property in Texas. That's not good. That's not a cool thing to do, flying a drone on somebody else's property in this state. Yet you probably shouldn't do that. You probably shouldn't do that. You probably shouldn't, go past the sign that says "Don't come over here." Like you probably shouldn't do that. Like I guess people can't read, like is the person who lives in South Texas, Uticus, you can confirm you ain't want to be trespassing. Nah, that's not Uticus. I can read the room. That's not something you want to do around here. Not a good idea. But yet here we are. Anyway, the FAA was also like to have a word. Oh yeah, no. The guy that was, the people got yelled at that crossed the perimeter, but the guy with the drone, that guy got in trouble. That guy got in trouble. Like, it's ridiculous to me that dude, SpaceX has signs everywhere that say don't just. You can look at this, but don't come. Like this is the line. Do not cross it. People are just like, huh. Like, yeah, it's crazy to me, dude. Crazy. But anyway, yeah. That sign is clearly for everyone else, but not me. Yeah, Stalfos. Yeah, no, it's crazy. Yeah, it wasn't like one battery flew multiple batteries. How big are the mega bays in person? Pretty big. Not as big as the VAB, but pretty big. That sign can't stop me because I can't read. What is annoying is that people who cross these lines because of being careless and reckless are the reason access is being more and more restricted. Yeah, exactly, dude. Exactly. It's so stupid. Thank you for being respectful and leading by example. Yeah, Stalfos, I know. I know. I don't really want to be thanked for being able to read. But yet here we are. Did you make a video? Can we see? I didn't take video of the sheriff doing his job. That's strange. But anyway, yeah, that's it. I'm not trying to be like, oh, I hate these people, dude. They're like, it's pretty cool that people would drive out and like Highway 4 is Boca Chica. The whole build site, Starbase is pretty dang remote. It's a long way away from nothing, right? You can look at it on the map. Like we're close to it right now, but there's this whole port of Brownsville that's in the way. So like you can only get at it from Highway 4. You can only get at it from Brownsville, right? So because of that, it's super freaking remote. Like it's 5 miles that way, basically. But in order to get over there, I have to go like 20 miles that way, right? I have to go down around the port of Brownsville. It takes a long time to get there. I have not seen the hovercraft. I want to see the hovercraft, but I haven't. How does it feel to be able to see Starship with your own eyes? It's cool, man. It's cool. It's cool, dude. Yeah, I know, Mike. That's ridiculous. But anyway, me fail English. That's impossible. It is. It's gigantic. I'm not gonna say it was kind of lost on me, like because I didn't get to film. I didn't film my reaction because I'll be honest. I saw it and I'm like, oh, 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 like I kind of forgot. Anyway, I've been explaining to people how big this thing is for so ridiculously long, right? I went out there and I saw it. I'm like, yep, yep, that's big. That's a big rocket. I like it. Do you think we'll see a catch this time? Yes. Yeah, Nader, it's pretty cool, dude. It's pretty cool. Am I doing a Raptor side today? I don't think I'm scheduled for any Raptor sides. It's a big Falcon rocket. Yes. Yep. Did you get up close to Hopper yet? Yeah. I got pretty up close. You can't get at it right now. That area is cordoned off right now, for whatever reason. Yeah, I know, Magellan. It's pretty crazy. I heard they hardened the sensor communications tower. Do we know exactly what they did? At face value, Stalfos, it looks exactly the same. Like, obviously, I didn't go up the dang tower, right? Like, what's bigger, Starship or your ego? You know that Starship exploded, right? Like, one of them exploded, like your ego. No, I'm just kidding. Did they make improvements to the antenna or did they just straighten it out? I think they made improvements, but I can't really tell. Like, once again, even when you're standing as close as you can get to the tower, right? The antenna is still 520 feet that way. You know, like it's hard to be able to see if there's any detail, you know? How does Raptor compare to the BE4? They use different fuel delivery mechanisms, Jay, but they make similar amounts of thrust and comparable specific impulse. Your fuel delivery systems are different between those motors. The BE4 is an oxygen-rich stage combustion, and the Raptor is full flow. So, yeah, there are trade-offs with those, amongst other things. Like, there's a lot of different things going on there. You bring some good binoculars. Why do I need binoculars? We have cameras. There's a lot of trade-offs, dude, but like in your fuel delivery systems, like the BE4 is oxygen rich. So when you're running an oxygen rich stage combustion, this is reducing it way to its base element. I'm trying to keep this in a non like 3-hour talk about this, which we could do, but how do I explain this? So one of the big things that you have to deal with an oxygen-rich stage combustion is a very, very, very hot explosion. So because you're running very lean by design, because it's oxygen-rich, what you're going to end up getting is all of your fuel combines with all of the oxidizer. You get a very efficient burn, but it's also a very hot burn because it's basically because the extra oxygen that gets in there, right, while being used to burn all your fuel and make a ton more power, right, all that extra oxygen builds up a lot of extra heat. And yeah, it's you really have to worry about like thermal and stuff. So that's like one of the things that BE4 has to deal with, but the end result is a very, very, you're getting about as much efficiency as you can get out of those propellants, right? But the engine is very hot. The engine BE4 runs real hot, which is why they had to choose a different type of cooling, not a different type of cooling system, but the way they'd go about doing thermal management on that is different than Raptor. Raptor is full flow. You do have to deal with those problems, but the end result of a full flow stage combustion is a much. You're getting all the benefits that BE4 has with that oxygen rich thing, but you're also delivering way more fuel on top of that. Raptor makes a very big boom inside of it for its size. It's a very powerful engine for how big it is. Like the BE4 is bigger than a Raptor, way bigger. The Raptor is very compact for a full flow stage combustion because that full flow stage combustion basically gives you a lot. You get a lot more power out of that thing, but you're not just dealing with thermal problems here. You're dealing also with insanely high chamber pressure because you can deliver way more fuel and oxidizer, amongst other things. Like, dude, these aren't necessarily like trade-offs one to the other, but these are just different facts about the motors, more or less. Like, I could go through a trade-off thing, but that would take a long time. Follow Jack's advice using Mark 1 eyeballs for the launch and not a camera viewfinder. RC, I mean, follow Jack's advice. Yeah, I mean, Jack isn't wrong. I've seen many rocket launches before, dude. And, yeah, that's what I recommend, too. Yeah, all good, man. I couldn't quite grasp how big Starship was until I was looking up at it. Photos don't do it justice. For real. Yeah. Team NN, yeah, absolutely. I've been describing it to people for such a long time, so I kind of had a good like mental image of this thing, but when you're standing next to it, dude, I find that I couldn't stop looking at the damn thing. Like I was out last night helping. I was helping Das and a couple of other NSF people that I don't think you guys know them, because they do back end. You don't really hear about these guys too much, which, like, just on a quick side note, I understand why Jack always says like we couldn't do this without you guys, without all the support, because there's a lot of back end stuff going on. There's a lot more than you see. It's the complexity of this operation to bring you live streaming views from a very remote area 24/7 365 is the logistics are a little bit more complicated here. But anyway, but I digress. I was helping Dawson and everybody install the camera. I couldn't stop looking at Starship. I'm like, is that real? That's right there, dude. It's right there. It's like right there. I can't stop looking at the dang thing. When I was there, I ignored the stack for a bit as the sounds of all the tank farm working was so cool to observe. Yeah, that's the other thing. Yeah. I mean, Adrian, would you just look at it? Dude, it was that. A dead crew, it was that, and I was doing it unironically. I'm like, did you just look at that? That thing is freaking gigantic. That thing flies into space? All right. All right. How much of Jack's job is actually taking pictures? Jack does take a lot of pictures, but also at the same time, there's a lot more to his job than just taking pictures. Okay. There, like, a lot more than he gets credit for, that's for sure. Like, a lot more. He's doing a lot more on the back end than you guys might think. It's not just, go out, take pictures, come home. Like, he does a lot of work. Guy works hard, man. And that, I mean, Adrian too, like all these, and you know what I like about working with NSF the most? Everybody here, everybody that works for NSF, all of us. So like me, Jack, Das, Adrian, Alex, all the regulars, right? Gene, we are all space nuts. We're all here because we like this stuff. Nobody's doing this as just a job. In fact, most people just do it for fun on the side. Like, like it's my side hustle, right? It's not my main job, but I do it because I love rockets, right? This is my main job, right? It's weird. NSF is like a side hustle for me. I never really thought about it like that. But anyway, that's good. That's why. But we're all here because we all like this stuff, like a lot. So, I don't know if you guys have ever had jobs where everybody's kind of on the same page. It makes it a lot of fun. It makes it a lot of fun. Like, the NSF, let me put it to you like this. If you come from like a corporate environment or just any job, we don't need to do team building exercises, okay? Like, we don't need to do, this is a team building exercise. No, we don't do, we just, even Mary, I got to meet Mary. I forgot to tell you guys that. I got to meet Mary. She's very cool. Very cool. Yeah, I do appreciate it. These guys do work. Everybody does there's a lot more to this than just, hey, we're taking pictures. Hey, we're live streaming, right? Yeah, you just belt it out. Yep. But yeah, being a place where everybody just wants to deliver the most exciting footage and coverage thing is very rewarding. Nobody needs to be motivated. Exactly. Yeah, Adrian, we don't need to do no team building exercises, man. Yeah, exactly. We just do it. We just go and get it done, man. You guys will see the fruits of that labor tomorrow. Hopefully. Knock on wood. How long is it going to take the landers to land on the moon? So you're talking about Hokuto R and Blue Ghost. They're going to be on a ballistic transfer, or are they using Oberth? It's okay. If they're using an Oberth, like boosting type of orbit, I think that's what they're using. They're not ballistic lunar transfer like KPLO was. Either way, those two types of mission profiles or transfer profiles are what's called low energy transfers. Meaning, Bren, that it's going to take a while. So, like, what's the difference between a low energy transfer and a high energy transfer, right? So, I'll use KPLO as an example. This is the extreme of the extreme examples for, ways to get to the moon, okay? KPLO uses KPLO used what's called a ballistic lunar transfer. Okay. So they basically put this thing into a type of orbit with its apogee or highest point kind of a little bit near the moon. But keep in mind, it's where the moon is going. It's going to be near the moon when it gets to apogee, right? So you launch that thing and it's going to go, right? And then when the thing gets to its highest orbit, i.e., when the highest point in your orbit, the apogee is also your slowest, right? When it gets there, the moon basically flies by and scoops it up. That is the lowest delta V way to get to the moon. Lowest energy. You don't need to expend a lot of energy to get to this type of transfer. Like, yeah, not a lot of delta V. You're really paying at that point, like if you're doing a ballistic transfer, you're only really paying to do a small circularization burn around the moon, and that's about it. Very low delta V to get to lunar orbit, or at least lunar capture, we'll say. The problem is that with that low energy transfer, it takes time. KPLO took 3 months, 2 to 3 months to get anywhere near the moon. Because once again, it's like somebody fires off a bullet up in the air, right? And somebody else has to shoot another rifle cartridge, right? And those bullets have to get near the same spot at the same time. A ballistic transfer is you have to shoot to where the moon's going to be in like 3 weeks, It takes some time, but you don't expend a lot of delta V. Now contrast that with like the Apollo missions, which is the other side of that. That is an extremely high energy transfer, a straight Hohmann transfer. So a lot of delta V, very short transit time. These are kind of like either side of the spectrum here for like types of orbits. The Apollo missions, they consume a ton of energy. You need a gigantic freaking upper stage like the S4B, right? And you're going to consume a lot of energy, but it doesn't take a lot of time. Now, why would the Apollo missions do it this way? Well, there are these 3 meat bag things that were on the Apollo missions. Very, very nice pieces of hardware, like very good. Kind of your guidance system, so to speak. Very, very 3 big, very important components, but unfortunately, these components require oxygen to function correctly. I'm trying to tell you that there's 3 people on board. Yep. And the reason why you do a high energy transfer with human rated missions is because you don't want to run out of oxygen. You can only carry so much. Remember, mass is a constriction here. So you only have so much, right? If you run out of that, doesn't work very well. So with a ballistic lunar transfer like KPLO, and I'm pretty sure somebody said this in chat, right? The Hakuto is using a ballistic lunar transfer. It's a satellite. It is, in fact, not a person. So it can stay out there for a long time. So you can afford a low energy transfer. You cannot afford to do that with people because the life support systems just don't last that long. When will there be another launch at Kennedy Space Center? 1:11 a.m. Eastern Time tomorrow. So about 12 hours from now. Raven? Yeah. Thanks for the explanation. Yeah. So I saw somebody say that, and it seems right. Hakuto R is using a ballistic lunar transfer, so it's working like the Korean Polar Lunar Orbiter, so KPLO. And then Blue Ghost is doing translunar injection. So Blue Ghost is going to use a higher energy transfer, and Hakuto R is going to use a lower energy transfer. And Blue Ghost should get there way before Hakuto R. So it's actually cool that you get both sides of a low energy and a high energy transfer being launched on the same Falcon 9, which is why I want to be back here tonight to cover this, because that's an awesome mission. It's super cool. Yep. Hey, that's pretty neat. Yeah, that's a really, really cool mission. But yeah, that's the Hakuto R Firefly Blue Ghost Mission 1 that's going to happen very soon. Yeah, orbital mechanics is weird, dude. It's our satellites basically surf the grav wells of planets. Like the rocket is just there to get you going in the right direction, and then like if you're going further out into the solar system, you basically use the you grav assist off other planets to get where you want to go. It's like surfing waves almost, or you go back a half millennia ago. That's like using the ocean currents to navigate. We use the gravitational currents, man. That's not really how that works, but we use the gravitational field of other planets to accelerate or decelerate payloads, depending on your perturbing force, I guess. Is Pad B closer to the road than A? Yes. Yeah. The tank farm is in between Pad A and the road. The tank farm is because Highway 4 curves. Here, you know what? I'll just bring up Google Earth again. Sorry, I'm definitely using the hotel television as a second monitor. Yeah, that's what's happening. So Highway 4 curves, dude. So we go, like I said, we're going all the way down to southern tip of Texas. Here we go. So this is a way older picture of this, right? A way older picture. Starhopper is still there. There's a gate there nowadays. Starhopper is over here. The second pad is basically right here. So the trench for it is right here. The trench for that pad is right here, and then the tower is right here. So yeah, it's close. When you're driving through here, you can see the drawworks on the back of the second tower. The drawworks is the mechanism that they use to actuate the carriage for the chopsticks that go up and down. See the strings right there? It's basically a big crane. There's a pulley, there's a winch down here, and the lines go up the back of the tower. And then there's a pulley right here, and then there's another pulley right there, and they're using pulleys to gear up the pulling force of this, so to speak. And yeah, it's kind of working like a crane to pull the chopsticks up and down the tower, which is actually super cool. But yeah, the draw works, so you can see the actuation mechanism for the chopsticks and everything back there, which is it's super cool. You can see a lot, man. The Highway 4 is right there. It is so ridiculously close. And then this is, like I said, this is a way older picture. These vertical tanks are not there. They're demolished. There's 2 big horizontal tanks here, and then there's a bunch more here. Actually, Adrian, if you're still here, dude, I got a question. And I don't know, maybe somebody in chat can answer this. So right there, you see those 5 things lined up. This is your subcooler for methane, if I'm remembering right. We were wondering how Starship can move all those propellants into that ship in less than an hour, right? Those are the lock subcoolers. Thank you, RC. Okay, so I mean, it doesn't matter. The point still stands here. The point I'm trying to make is like we're wondering what flow rates are needed to fill this thing up with fuel and oxidizer, like because SpaceX is doing load and go, right? Like it doesn't take a long time to fill up Starship with fuel. Contrast that to like Blue with New Glenn, who had the thing basically topped off with fuel even before they started their launch coverage, right? Right. So I was wondering, like, what the heck are they using to move that much fuel that fast? And there are gigantic electric motors here. These are like industrial electric motors, and that's attached to their impeller system, right? These things feed into the subcoolers, and the subcoolers feed to the pad, right? I was wondering, like, what they're using to pump that much fuel that fast. I'm not 100% sure, but those look like bilge pumps. I had a gentleman that's with me, who you guys might meet later. He was like, dude, I in my travels, I've been on big ships, and those look like a bilge pump. And I'm wondering if anybody knows what these industrial motors are for. They're industrial fluid impellers, so it's an electric motor attached to a fluid pump, right? And I'm wondering if those are bilge pumps on like that you'd see on a huge container ship or like an aircraft carrier or something that they're using to move propellant around. I mean, it would make sense. SpaceX does like using off the shelf stuff, but those are gigantic electric motors. Those electric motors are like the size of a one-car garage. They're huge. Ah, yes, a gentleman. Yep. Yeah, it's something absurd, right? Hold on, let me scroll up through chat. Keeping it real, house space and all that. Good, Tig. They're using BAT's big butt tubes. Yep. Big butt tubes. Does this being a lunar launch require the booster to be expended? No. It's a drone ship landing as far as I can tell. How many fuel trucks to go through there? Oh, cryo. The fuel trucks are constant. It looks like workers and resources with a truck one truck leaves the filling port, another one pops right in its place, which is crazy. Like, now, I want you to think about this, guys. There's no traffic jam of cryogenic trucks going up and down Highway 4. There's no traffic jam. Like, it's not just a line of trucks, right? They have the timing on these trucks filling and leaving the fill site. As far as I can tell, like, one truck gets there, it drops its propellant off, and when it's done dropping its propellant and leaves, another one pulls in and takes its place. It's constantly filling, but it's taking into account fill and drain times out of the truck into the tank farm. So, dude, it's like a well-oiled machine, man. It's crazy. It's crazy what's going on there. But yeah, I'm wondering if those pumps are bilge pumps or something, because first of all, those motors are gigantic, and they're not SpaceX designed. It's an industrial fluid impeller. I mean, I bet you it's derived from the oil and gas industry or something, but yeah, those pumps are huge on those subcoolers. They're gigantic. It's those 5 things right there. They're just unbelievably big. And then there's 4 of them over there as well. But yeah, crazy. Are they ever going to make a pipeline or something? Oh, I don't know. Anyway, let me minimize this and we will go to Hakuto R Blue Ghost. I'm pretty sure this is a drone ship landing. Yep. 1085 on its 5th flight, 29-day turnaround, landing on just read the instructions. Yep. So the reason why they're going to drone ship land it, Nader, is because Blue Ghost is 1,500 kilos and Hakuto R is 1,000. So we're talking less than 3,000 kilograms payload mass here. Your payload mass is less than 3,000 kilos. So don't get me wrong, they're still squeezing a lot of performance out of Falcon 9, but because of the really low dry mass of your payload, right? Basically, your payload doesn't, like the plain English way of saying is that your payload doesn't weigh that much. Falcon 9 can afford to put this on whatever type of transfer that these things are going on and also do a drone ship landing. If these were double that mass, probably not. You'd probably have to expend the booster. So like if we had 6 tons, say each lander was 3,000 kilos, right? Instead of one of them is 1,000, the other one's 1,500. Dude, all right, let me put it to you like this. You want to know the margins for sending stuff to the moon? You want to learn that if Hakuto R was 1,500, like Blue Ghost was, you'd probably have to expend the booster. If both of these payloads were 2,000, you'd probably still expend the booster. Let's say if both of them were 3,000, Falcon 9 doesn't have enough Delta V to do that. But it would depend on the transfers. This is taking into account that each one of these is going to get there on the same transfers that they are now. So that part of the mission is kind of grandfathered in, right? We're just talking about Falcon 9 ascent. That's their margins for going to the moon. Like Falcon 9 probably, this is napkin math off, well, it's not even napkin math. It's just math off the top of my head. I don't think Falcon 9 could move 5,000 kilos to the moon in any useful time. Let me put it that way. You probably could. Maybe. You might be able to get away with it depending on the transfer. Like if you use a low energy transfer for your satellite, you probably could.
Go at throttle up.
But yeah, that's your mass margins for going to the moon. This is not a reflection of like, oh, Falcon 9 sucks. I can't even move this to the moon. No. It's just You need a big rocket to get anything big to the moon, right? What's 5,000 kilos in widgets? About 350. What's up, Gene? How you doing, man? It's about 350. I heard that. I heard you laughing. I heard that, man. Gene is totally not in the other room. Just saying. About 350. Hey, Milo, 12-month resub. Thanks for the year, man. I appreciate it. Here's to another one, hopefully. Can they launch 25 starships a year with the fuel? Brand, you're definitely going to need some. You definitely need a. You need a more long-term solution for commodities on the pad. I'm not sure you could do a month-to-month starship.
Discovery, go and throttle up.
So, like, hey, Volek, 4-month resub. I'm not. Are you in Boca Chica? Does that answer that question? Yes, I'm here. I'm looking out the window. If there wasn't fog, you could see Starship right there. What was that? What was the question? Sesh, when's the launch? So Transporter is launching. The mission we were just talking about, Falcon 9, Hokuto R, Blue Ghost, is
Discovery, go and throttle
in
up.
about 12 hours from now. We are actually super close to Transporter 12 here. That should be happening
Discovery, go
sooner
and
rather
throttle
than
up.
later. Hello? Hello? Where's 28 months? T-Man at 24 months. Thank you. Thank you. You need a more long-term solution for, like, yeah, they need like a oil and like a lock separation unit, something on site. Or I was talking with Das about this, a train track, a train, something. Trucks are not going to, you would not be able to, dude, unless you had a line of trucks enough to like stop Highway 4. I don't think you could do a launch like once a month, let alone like two. They need a much more long-term solution there. And if we were able to surmise that, I'm pretty sure SpaceX has plans. I mean, we've seen it, but you get the idea. Did you visit Boca Chica Beach? No, I've just sat here and watched. I've just sat here from this hotel room and kind of watched the world go by like Russell Crowe and Master and Commander. Just, yeah, dude. Of course I did. Of course, I've been helping NSF set up cameras and stuff, dude. Do you think SpaceX will find the better way to transport? Yeah, they have to. A line of trucks? That sounds like a train with extra steps. Train track out there would be pretty cool. And there is a lot of rail infrastructure down here, Geeson, believe it or not. There's a big rail line, like a big rail line going around Port of Brownsville. Yeah, lot of oil and gas, lot of tanker cars. Isn't there a big gas terminal being built nearby? Oh, yeah. Skeleton. Yeah. Huge gas terminal over near Port Isabel. It is gigantic. Big. Let's just put it this way. I saw close to 30 Liebherr 11,000 cranes working on that thing last night. 30 lattice crawler cranes. And probably like 6 or 7 tower cranes. Dude, it is a monster of a facility. What's your prediction on New Glen's launch? I think if they can get it to fly MDK, I think it'll work. Yeah, that facility that they're building makes Starbase look tiny in comparison, in terms of like a construction project. It is ridiculous. Like a cracker plant? Dude, I'm not exactly 100 I'm not exactly 100% sure exactly what it is. I know that it has something to do with oil. It's over here. It's right here. whatever this is, it's something for oil and gas, and you know, you have Port of Brownsville, so you have a deep water port here, but dude, yeah, these pictures don't do it justice, man. There are cranes everywhere. It looks like dude, I don't even know. The cranes look like a freaking forest of trees when you drive by on the highway. It's unbelievable. It looks like a crane factory. Yeah, dude, that's what, yeah, Gene, that's what you said, man. Like, we drove by, I was like, what, is this like a manufacturing facility for cranes? That's how many cranes there are. And whatever they're building is some type of lattice structure that has a lot of pipes in it. So I'm going to assume, I mean, we later figured this out, that it's something to do with like gas refining, or it's something to do with the petroleum industry, right? But dude, it is a monster structure. They move in herds. They do move in herds. They flock to run away like a predator. They do move in herds. I don't want to get sued, so I changed the lyrics to the song. Da, 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 da. Anyway, apparently the ex-Kitty Hawk is to the west of there. There, Mutter, yeah, it is over there, but it's been broken up so much you can't even tell that there's an aircraft carrier over there, dude. Which is a shame, but yeah, what are you going to do? IRGV. LNG construction to continue at Port of Brownsville. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Yeah, it is crazy. I hear the USA is expanding the liquid gas infrastructure for exporting liquid gas. Yeah, Azazel. I mean, that explains it being near the port. I mean, dude, this facility is gigantic. That picture on Google Earth does not do it justice. And yeah, I can't imagine having an LNG terminal down the street would be bad for SpaceX, right? Like, definitely not. Could be a Mechazilla mass production factory. I mean, I want to believe. That would be pretty sick. But yeah, man. All right. Let me see. What are we looking at in terms of time? What are we looking at in terms of time until this launch here? 20 minutes. Did the coverage pick up? I could have sworn the coverage popped in here. Hold up. I thought it could be popping up soon. No, they haven't started yet. Did you set up your entire 6-screen rig? No. No, I have a laptop plugged into the hotel room television and using that as a second monitor. And then another monitor over there. So I have a 3-monitor setup right now that I made out of leftover parts. Well, it's not leftover parts. It's the automotive streaming. It's the EJ Internox Excellent Adventure streaming kit. But instead of being plugged into the cradle point in the live view, I'm just tapped into a hard line. So I have the Excellent Adventure. It's the Excellent Adventure streaming setup in a hotel room. And then I'm using the hotel room's flat screen TV as a third monitor. So let me put it to you this way. There is a reason why I brought the truck streaming setup down here. No, I'm not buying a junk. We're going to try to drive around and give you some like a virtual field trip tour type thing. That's what we're trying to do. You know, I don't want to tell you too much. Can't reveal. A magician can't reveal all the secrets to the trick. That was my knee hitting the table, by the way. Yep. Now my knee's asleep. That's good. Yep. Good times. EJ built this in a cave with a box of scraps. We were watching Iron Man this morning, for what it's worth. This is a good test for it next. So soon to come, maybe an adventure. Well, I mean, the other thing is I didn't book a plane ticket back home. It's tempting, but I really shouldn't. It's tempting. It's tempting, but I shouldn't. All right. Anyway, where is this transporter coverage? I thought it'd be good to go here. Nope. Oh, it's going to start in seeks me, and that's cool. All right. Excellent. So I'm going to switch us over to EJ's